It's to you, it's to you. You're gonna run the curl.
John McKay's Tampa Bay Buccaneers were not cut from championship timber.
It's all right. You had a catcher's mitt, you'd have caught it.
I think my dad was extremely frustrated by how long it took to become competitive. I actually stood, true story, behind a guy, and the equipment man asked him what size helmet he wore, and he said, "I don't know, I'm not in shape yet." A player who shall remain nameless had an injury, and my dad called him over and sent him to the doctor, said, "I want you to get that x-ray." And he came back about an hour later out to practice, and my dad said, "Did you get the x-ray?" He said, "Yeah, but it doesn't feel any better." There were no free agents in the NFL then. The only way for an expansion team to get players was through the draft or through the allocation draft, which meant you got the worst players from every team in the league.
It's kind of tough to gauge really what the opposing players were thinking about us as they approached the game. I'm pretty sure they all was in consensus that, well, they're not a very good football team. The second thought might have been, we certainly don't want to lose to them. Toward the end of that year, you were beginning to kind of wonder, well, the odds got to be in our favor to win a game. We should win one game here, but it didn't happen. And Johnny Carson thought it was pretty comical. We were very often part of his monologue, but for us, we really wanted to win.
10 yards is not very far on a football field, but when we broke the huddle, it may as well have been a mile. We felt some games we'd never make a first down.
Boy, these guys are almost gutless. And the ones that aren't that are brainless. You tell those people up there to start giving us some information or go eat a hot dog or something. You can't stop a pass or a run. Otherwise, we're in great shape.
One of his many famous quotes was in that first year when we had been particularly ineffective as a team, and somebody asked him, what do you think of your team's execution? He said, "I'm in favor of it."
They lost all 14 games in their inaugural season, and in 1977, they were on the verge of repeating.
We're going to win. Now is the year that we're going to win, and we're going to win early. 17, 18, 20 comes along, you still hadn't won. And all of a sudden, you're looking at the end of the year with only a couple of games left, wondering, are we going to go through a whole nother season without a victory?
Then along came the New Orleans Saints.
When the game began, good things just started to happen. Things were just going our way. We were scoring touchdowns defensively. The offense was moving the ball and scoring points, and we're probably more surprised than anybody that we won the game. We didn't know how to act. We were over there wondering, well, what are we going to do now?
For an encore, these pillaging pirates came home and made the Cardinals walk the plank.
And this is how bad it was. Both coaches of the opposing team got fired after we won the game. I mean, that's how bad it was to lose to us.
Just 2 years later, Coach McKay was carried off in triumph as a dozen original Tampa Bay Buccaneers played in the NFC Championship game, forever bound by 26 straight weeks of defeat.
You can just think back and realize the price that you had paid to be in that position, and that was what it was really all about. It was worth it.